What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Sun Life. On today's video, we're just going to drive around Lakewood Ranch, the area that I live in. Sorry that I've been kind of out of focus lately. Dealing with a little injury that I had, so it's been kind of exhausting. But let's go for a drive through Lakewood Ranch. I think I should hit my windshield. Let me see if I can make it a little bit nicer for you guys. Let's go for a drive through Lakewood Ranch and see what it's looking like out here in the area that I currently live in. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I've been kind of slow on the uploads lately, and I'm just doing the best I can. So this is called Braden River Nature Park. It's just a little park. You come out here and hang out by the river and creek or whatever and look at the water. Lakewood Ranch is a beautiful area between Branson and Sarasota. It's like a suburban area. It's probably one of the best suburban areas in the country. Never thought I'd ever be able to live in a place this nice, but we're here. It's 4 o'clock now, so traffic's a little heavy. We'll get moving here in a second and we'll give you guys a tour of the area. Now, I think today what I want to do is I want to go to an area that's just a little bit to the west of Lakewood Ranch. So this is kind of like we're in the center area of Lakewood Ranch, but I want to move to an area that's a little bit more rural and show you guys that there are some like estate type areas, you know, with more land in Lakewood Ranch. So if you're looking for like a bigger property, you can definitely find that in Lakewood Ranch. It's not all just suburbs. Sure, there's a lot of suburbs, but there's also like estates out here. Now the estates are a little bit more expensive. They're pushing into the $1 million and up range. You can find them cheaper, but most of the time they're going to be a little bit more. It's gorgeous out here. It really is. It's a nice, quiet suburban area. Very low crime. About 45 minutes to a beach during the summer. Maybe more during the winter when the snowbirds come down. One of the best things about Lakewood Ranch, the abundance of parks and preserves and lakes, bike trails, playgrounds. If you're into nature and outdoors, it's hard to beat this place. There's so many trails, parks, where you can engage in a lot of different sporting and outdoor activities. You know, so if you like the outdoors, Lakewood Ranch is hard to beat. Access to a lot of stuff too, lots of restaurants. Although I'll be honest, most of the good restaurants are going to be in the cities of Branson or Sarasota. Out here, most of the restaurants are kind of, one, overpriced, and two, extraordinarily suburban. I think most of the real good food is always going to be in cities, not so much in suburbs. For some reason, suburbs always have worse food. I haven't had Starbucks in over a month. I can't believe I'm there. But I'm trying to cut out sugar, and it's worked pretty well. Lost about 13 pounds at one point, but you slip up one time and you're back up 6 pounds. It takes weeks to lose pounds, but it takes a day to get them back on. But it's a struggle, and just gotta keep looking forward at the consistency of weight loss. Surprisingly for me, exercise isn't the key to weight loss. For me, the real key to weight loss, with me and my body, is actually diet. Eliminating sugars. It's just, you wouldn't believe how, if you just drink nothing but water. Don't drink no lattes, no coffee, no milk, no drinks, no sodas, no juices, nothing. If you just drink water. Occasionally I'll have a tea with some honey instead of sugar, real honey. But if you just eliminate sugar, for my body, it's worked out. Everybody's different. Some people exercise makes a difference. Some people diet makes a difference. We're not all the same. For some people, exercise is the key. For some people, dieting is the key. In my case, I find that if I can eliminate sugars, I lose pounds immediately. But then, like, you plateau out. Like, we're okay. Now you're not losing weight anymore. Like, the first 10 pounds came off real quick. But then it plateaued out. I lost 3 more pounds, and those were a struggle. But then as soon as you slip up on your diet, you're back at it again. I mean, 2 days of eating wrong, and you're back up 6 pounds. It's incredible. It's like, I don't even think I ate 6 pounds, you know what I mean? But the body's weird. The body is definitely, and every person's different. Just because a lot of people think because something worked for them, that it's going to work for somebody else. I hate when I look in the comments, and every time I talk about health, or somebody's like, well, I did keto and I lost 400 pounds. I'm like, well, good for you. I'm not you. Now we're on Lorain, and there's a lot of gated communities. Most of the gated communities are going to be pushing, I think 780 might be the number around here. 780, so $750,000. I'm going to go right. I'm going to pull a U-turn. It doesn't seem like I'll get a break in the traffic going the other way. Usually there's a lot of northbound traffic here, because a lot of people live in the Parish area, work in Sarasota, and the northbound traffic is a nightmare. I'll pull a U-turn somewhere. Now we're heading south on Lorain, which they talked about communicating it all the way to Sarasota. So in theory, if they did that, then Lakewood Ranch would be completely communicated with Sarasota, east of 75, which it isn't right now. You can get condos for like 300s, high 300s, 400s. I'm not a fan of condos. They're starting to gain value these days. You know, condos weren't the most expensive option back then, but they're starting to get, I guess because of single-family home prices, you know, condos were not appreciating, but they recently appreciated. Those home prices got ridiculous. Ever-changing landscape out there for home ownership. Speed limit's 40 here in Lorain. And the bottleneck of traffic isn't much through here. It's heading back towards Parish where it gets really bad. And I think once you get closer to Tampa, the suburbs get a mess. Riverview's a mess. Around Parish is a mess. I mean, all the way around Tampa, the suburbs east and north of Tampa, it is just a nightmare, especially northeast of Tampa. Nightmare of traffic congestion. And 75 will come to a standstill in the evening as well, heading north. There's a lot of great communities. I mean, Lakewood Ranch is nice out here. If you have kids, Fish Hawk is a really popular option. One of the best communities for families in Florida, Fish Hawk, which is just north of here. We would have to go past Lakewood Ranch, Parish, Riverview, Braden, and then would be somewhere in that mess up there is Fish Hawk. Nice suburban area, great for families and kids. Este tipo anda 15 millas por hora, mi hermano. This guy is moving too slow, man. Está atravesado con una rastra serie. Estate en medio, mijo. Está atravesado, man. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get on Highway 70, and then from there we'll go into the area that's a little bit more rural. I love how people always say, oh, these Florida suburbs all look the same. I think this is 70 right. Yep, it sure is. This is 70 right here. This is one of the many Publixes in Lakewood Ranch across the street. Walgreens on the left, Wawa on the right. Intersection of Lorraine and 70. We're gonna go east now. If we kept going on 70, eventually we would end up in Arcadia. On the left, they're building a McDonald's, allegedly, next to a Slim Chicken, which I had it one time, and I wasn't impressed. I really wasn't impressed at all. There's still new apartments right up to here. So from here forward, it becomes a little bit more rural. It starts to turn more rural, and you keep going, you go through Mayaka City. That's a little town in the middle of nowhere. And then Arcadia eventually. They're still building out in the rural area. They're still building. Like, here's a Taco Bell over here on the left, which interesting place for a Taco Bell. Well, out in the suburbs, but okay. There's a sports complex here on the left, which should probably hold big events. They have a huge parking area. And I think from here forward, we're kind of in a more rural area. Speed limits now is 55. You know, I'm not a fan of these country roads. I feel like these country roads are dangerous a lot of times here in Florida. High speed limits, frequent turns. Not a fan of them. Some afternoon traffic. It'll get worse in the winter. We're not even getting started yet. This is called Lakewood National here. It must be a big golf course. You play golf, man? 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 With a ball, man, you play golf, man. With a white ball, man, you play golf, man. With a golf club, you play golf, man. You play golf, man. You play golf. This is called Polo Run. You know they Polo Run. Playing polo runs in the family. A nice little area out here, kind of rural. Suburban still out here. It still feels pretty suburban through here. There's another big community. Del Webb Lakewood Ranch. See, that's the thing about the Lakewood Ranch area. You know, you have Lakewood Ranch, what people consider Lakewood Ranch, but you know, this whole area out here, people call it Lakewood Ranch. It's an extensive area, really. It's big, but since it's unincorporated, you don't really realize how big it is. If Lakewood Ranch was a city, it would be a considerable sized city. And I think somewhere around here we start running into kind of more rural. I think around here maybe. There's another community going that way. Looks like a fire station right there. East Manatee Fire Station. Panther Ridge. So these are more kind of rural outer estates, you could call them. La Wawa, man. La Wawa City. La Wawa, man. La Wawa, man. La Wawa, moo. La Wawa, mommy. La Wawa, mommy. People ride horses out here, apparently. Got that horse down there. And in here, these are going to be like, I don't know if they're gated or not. I think the one on the right's not gated. These are like estates out here. It's an open house. These are like estates out here. I think they're not gated. This one's called The Concession. the concession. Make a confession at the concession. Failed an inspection. I don't know if this is gated or not. We'll find out. How far from Bradenton do you want to be? Oh, this is gated too. Got that gate down there. Oh, dude, this is gated as well. Okay. This is gated here too. I have to turn around. Alright. Well, I guess eventually we'll end up in a rural area. This is gated still. Why you hated? Because my community is gated. Why you staring at Karen? Her alligator, she's protecting and caring. Love all these little lakes for fishing out here. Great bass fishing. If you like largemouth bass fishing, on a good day out here, you can get up to 10 largemouth bass in a few hours. Why you staring at Karen? Her alligator, she is protecting and swearing. Why you hating on Karen? Her alligator, she's protecting and swearing. So up ahead, it looks like, I don't know if that's gated or not. Panther Ridge, let's find out. Panther Ridge. Panther Ridge, I'm not sure if this is gated. But, we'll find out. Why you hating on Karen? Her alligator, she's protecting and swearing. Why you hating on Karen? Okay, so this may not be... Welcome to the forest. Okay, we're in the forest now. Oh, this is pretty. Wow, those are some big estates out here. Okay, so finally it's not gated and they're estates type of places. I hear you're talking in the millions. You know, a lot of these gated communities are actually big lots of land. These houses are pushing 5 acres apiece. Let's see what type of activities unfold out here. Ooh, look at these two cranes right there. They're two cranes. This guy's got a horse. Alright. Panther Paul, there's a park here. Cool. Not bad. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many parks in this area. I'm not a freestyle drive. I don't even have a map in front of me because I got the phone to record. While you staring at Karen. These houses are gorgeous. Let me see if I can get you guys a shot of one of these houses. They're kind of all hidden behind the tree lines. You can't even see them. You can tell by the size of the lots, and every once in a while you get a peek at a house that they're very big homes. That's a big homes, and I guess they're allowed to have horses out here. So, I guess their lots are big enough to have horses. While you staring at horses, you could be living on golf courses. While you staring at horses, you could be living on golf courses. People walking. You can see the houses are just huge estates. Just monstrosity of houses. Which is fine if you can afford it. Nothing wrong with being able to afford good things. Rural Karenville. I see some horse stables off in the distance. most of these houses you can't even see them. They're just kind of hidden. Why you hiding from Karen? Her alligator, she's protecting and swearing. We're gonna go this way, I guess. We're on 67 and 205. Why you hating on Karen? Some of these houses are actually pushing much more than 5 acres. Some of these houses might be on 10. This one right here has got to be a $4 or $5 million house. It's easily pushing. I'll see it on the way back, maybe. Why you hating on Karen? Her alligator, she's protecting and swearing. Some of these houses are definitely pushing, 10, 15 acres maybe. I'm not sure. There's definitely big plots of land out here. It's a rural area, but it's a rural area where there's money. These are not affordable properties. These houses here gotta have the big bucks. Why you hating on Karen? Her alligator, she's protecting and swearing. See, these houses got lakes and stuff with fountains in them, horses and stuff like that. I got a horse out there. Got that horse down there. Most of these houses have horses. Deer, you guys saw the deer? Pretty cool. That's a big deer too. Oh, there's 2 of them. Man, those are the fattest deer I've ever seen. Y'all see that deer down there? There's 2 deer right there. That's pretty cool. Let me see if I can show you guys that. I don't know if they'll let me get close to them. Deer restricted. You can't go that way. You can't go that way. Got no outlet road. Panther Ridge. Deer restricted. I think the deer are probably gone by now. See, there's big deer, man. Fat. Let's see if they got scared with the... Usually when you pull around, they're gone. They know that they think it's suspicious. They leave. Right in those bushes in there was 2 deer. And they're still there. You can see one of them. Right in there. Right there. There it is, a white-tailed deer down there. There's 2 of them back in there. Usually if you move your car around, they get scared and leave, but they're tame. Unbelievable. That's pretty close to... they're not scared of cars or anything. They're just like, whatever. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Usually deer don't let... When you pull around, usually the deer, they get scared and they leave. But there's a buck near where I live. I've seen him. He's a big buck, too. He's like... He's big. He's a big buck, bro. I seen him out where I was driving one day. I seen this huge buck. He's like literally in the outskirts of the city. Beautiful houses out here. Well, yeah, get you guys a better view of these houses. They're so hidden. This is called the trails back here. We're on 68th and 217. Big estates out here. Electric bicycles, those are a lot of fun. So you can see Lakewood Ranch is not just suburbs. There's a lot of rural little corners. Look at the cranes again here. Sandhill cranes again. You got sandhill cranes, you got deer, crows. bikers, Karens, horses. That's a beautiful estate right there. Look at that. Love it. Love the red tile roofs. Gorgeous area. I run 68 and 225. It's also quite a confusing grid pattern. I'm sure they do it on purpose, just so that keep people from venturing back here. 67 and 225. You can see a beautiful estate here. I love the color in that house. That's what I'm talking about. They got the right color, the metal roof. Beautiful area. I like that house the most. Why you staring at Karen? Her alligator she's protecting and swearing. Why you staring at Karen? Her alligator she's protecting and just about most of these houses are gonna have horses. I used to have a horse. I'll look at the horse driving walking to the water. That's pretty cool. Beautiful horses. Man, they got horses there. Gorgeous horses, man. Beautiful horses. This property here has got some gorgeous animals. Okay, I think we're exiting the community again. Lots of horses. I don't know, why do they blind the horses sometimes? They put these like blinds on the horses. Why? Why would you blind your horse? That's kind of cruel. County Road 675. I have no idea where I'm at now. Big Red Cattle Company. I have no idea where I'm at. Big Red Cattle Company. La Compañía del Cattle. Totally lost. Just exploring randomly now. But eventually a lot of these big companies, you know, these cattle, this land will be sold to developers and we'll get beautiful suburban. I can't wait till they just tear these woods down and get rid of all this cow poop and we can get a nice esplanade going on in there. Or maybe an island walk or something. There's nothing but a sea of red clay tile roofs. Houses that all look exactly the same. Oh, I can't wait. It would really look pretty. I think they're working on it already. This guy got a lawnmower or an ATV? A lawnmower. Not as prestigious as an ATV. Here's a road. I don't know where the crap it leads to. Are you allowed to go down this road? Because some of these people are really picky if you go down their roads. It's 55 miles an hour, so it must be... Again, I don't know where the crap I'm going. I'm just exploring. It's 55 miles an hour. Can you believe that? I don't think I could drive that faster here. The car behind us apparently does. Alright, we're about to get road rage. How do you drive 55 miles an hour through here? This guy's about to do it. That's what I don't like about rural roads in Florida. Got that F-trifecta down there. How is this 55 miles an hour out here? That's crazy. Yonder. I see some houses up ahead. Recently, I was doing a video in Mayaka City. It was a place like this, you know, where like it looks like a public road, and at some point it turns into a private road, and they were like really mad, man. They were like, this guy was trying to kick us off the lane. I was like, whoa, dude, it's chill, dude. Like, it showed up on Google Maps. At least I was on Google Maps. I literally was on Google Maps, and so I can't blame me. I was looking at a map. Google Maps told me to go through this road, and I guess it cuts through a big ranch, and the guy was just angry and rude and mean. I was like, oh, man, like, why don't you have signs up? If it's your private property, and you got a road like this running through it, why don't you have signs up? It's confusing. Yeah, they weren't too happy about it. I don't know what's worse, dealing with city idiots or country idiots. Let me know in the comments what's worse, city idiots or country idiots. Two completely different types of city. City idiots, crackheads that steal the crap off your front lawn. Country idiots are, well, you sure that's the borderline right there? I saw you were putting up a fence post. Did you get that surveyed? Did your mama get surveyed, son? Oh, I like this. This is really country out here. See, I like it when it's like this, where like it, you know, this feels rural. This definitely feels rural here. Verna Bethany is the name of this street. This definitely feels country out here. And we're 55 miles an hour again. This definitely feels rural out here, though. Excuse me. See, some of these roads are dirt roads going that way. Alright. Some of these are mobile homes on 5 acres, so they're probably not, maybe 600,000. Starting at 600,000, I think, if you're looking at a mobile home. Pomelo Ranch. But see, these are dirt roads going on that way. I don't know about living on a dirt road. Get my rims all dirty. That's a nice little property right there. These are nice properties here. I've always wanted to live in a country area. And I moved to a very, very country area in Alabama. And it was a nightmare, really. But it was kind of like a hillbilly area. I think out here might be a little bit better than I hope. You know, a whole bit better down there, I'll tell you what. Got that gladiator down there. This is called Pomelo Ranch over here. Man, I love places like this. Got that truck down there. I just love country places, you know. I love the feeling of rural. But it's difficult, you know. Country people are very, very unfriendly to outsiders. Well, that road right there is paved. That would have been a good road to go down. That would have been a good option to take a left there. But this is 75th. Some of these are paved. Some of them aren't. Let's see if we can go down one of these streets that's paved. That one right there with the green sign might be paved. On the right. Oh, they got geeses on their front yard. Look at that. Big old ducks and geeses. It kind of reminds me of the Golden Gate Estates, but the Golden Gate Estates got so trashy. There's a house for sale here. We're on Bethany and Crosby. 30 miles an hour. I love it out here. Man, I would love living out here. This would be a dream to live out here. Oh yeah, got that Oldsmobile right there. This is beautiful right here. Sun came out for us too. Reminds me of the Golden Gate Estates before it got really built up. when the Golden Gate Estates was just roads like this. Just country, you know? Laid back. There's another road going that way. Man, this is nice. I'm just remembering all the good times I had in the Golden Gate Estates when I was younger. I used to work a lot in the Golden Gate Estates. When it was more country, they built it up to the point now where it's a suburb practically. This is great out here. This one's for sale. You know, they had some hurricane damage. I see some trees down here and there. Man, this is just great. Nice little front porch. Bunch of junk laying around. Old truck to go mudding or something. Gorgeous out here, man. This is just amazing. Big farms too. I miss having a house in Alabama. It wasn't the problem with Alabama wasn't the property or the rural setting. It was just the people were so envious, hateful and envious and greedy and like every bad thing you could think of. Envious. Just bad, hateful, racist. It's just every bad quality that a human could have, they had it. It wasn't the place. I love the place. It was the people. The people sucked. We're at the end of the road here. Let's see if we can turn around. Turn around. You know, sometimes people live in these places, they're paranoid for some reason. Like, they're paranoid. They see a car drive down the road, like, who's that? Let her go grab your shotgun and see who that was. Type people. It's dealing with the people that in these rural places that sucks. Like, it's a gorgeous place, but, like, you could either get really good neighbors or really crappy neighbors. Usually if they got a big, you know, if they got 10 acres and a 5-bedroom house with a pool and $300,000 worth of toys, guys like that, I think, aren't a problem. It's like hillbillies who don't have crap that live in these places that suck, you know? I think once people have enough material things, they don't really care about the next man because they're so occupied with their property. And man, that's gorgeous. Wow. I don't know, there's like a field of yellow flowers over there. I don't know what they're growing in this field, but it's like, it's just a field of yellow flowers. It's gorgeous. Oh man, it's pretty. Yeah, the thing about living in rural areas is like, that I learned at least living in Alabama, it's just the type of people, my goodness. You know, they're secluded. They're wary of outsiders. They have too much time on their hands. And it's weird because, like, when I worked in the Golden Gate Estates, I did great, man. Working in places just like this for many years. They would help me. You know, they would. That's a different type of people with time. It's just different. When I was in the Golden Gate Estates, I didn't live there. I worked there a lot. That's in Naples. I would meet people, man. They'd help me. They'd put me in contact with their neighbors. They were just, you know, good working relationship. It wasn't bad at all. But I guess, you know, with country areas, there's like, you have like really good country people, and you got really crappy country people. And you got to make sure that you end up in a rural area that's like the good people. Not, but then today we live in just a polarizing world too, where we're living in a very polarizing world today. More than back then, you know. I'm thinking 15 years ago when things were different. Today it's so polarizing that it's difficult, you know, if you're coming from my background to end up in a rural area. Because too many people are buying into that whole polarizing thing, you know. Not everybody, but too many. It's just so polarizing today. It's difficult. Me, I don't care. I just want to live my life and be in peace and have my land and, you know, wherever I live, have peace and tranquility. But some of these places, they'll make your life impossible. I have no idea where I'm at right now. 79th and Vernon. Truck and trailer. It sucks that it's gotta be that way. It really does. Most people, like I said, just want to live their life in peace, but today it's hard for a lot of people. Oh, I think I know where I'm at right now. Okay. There was one house up here. I think it's already pending. Yeah, I know where I'm at now. Okay. Golden Verna Estates. Yeah, I know where I'm at now. So there's a house right here on the right that recently went pending. I think these are on 0.0, just under an acre. 400. That's it right there. See that house right there? This one right here, it's pending. It's just under an acre. Can't remember the price, but I think it was like 400,000 or 500,000. It wasn't ridiculous. But it's just under an acre. I would fence it in immediately. That's the first thing I would do, is get it fenced in. And that's where I would start by fencing it in. Also, the price tag of your neighborhood makes a huge difference, because if you're like in a really low income area, it's nothing but trouble. I think this one might have sold a while back, this log cabin looking house. So we can turn around somewhere over here. Log cabins just don't last in Florida. Florida's not a good place to build a log cabin. This is nice out here. You know, like, these houses are, these pieces of property are expensive, extraordinarily expensive. And that lends itself to better people. A lot of times, like where I was in rural Alabama, it was a very affordable rural area, and that lends itself to crappy people, unfortunately. Nice little log cabin right there. You know, the price tag makes a difference. When people have, you know, a lot of money, you know, like I said, it just lends to people being more productive. They're focused on their life, you know. They either have a lot of money, or they're making a lot of money, or they're trying to make a lot of money. They're focused on their life. But poor rural areas are bad, because you have people that most likely have their property paid off. They got a lot of time on their hands, and then to top it off, they're not doing anything with their lives, so they can easily become conflictive neighbors. So like, once you get to a place like this, you know, everybody's got a new truck, or 2 or 3. Got a couple new trucks. Look at this beautiful lake here. Once you got a couple new trucks, a huge mortgage payment, you know, and you're trying to build a pool as well in the next year, you got some economical goals you're trying to attain. You're focused on, you know, making money, getting ahead. It's like the poor rural areas you want to avoid. where they got a 1987, pickup truck, and then you buy a new truck because you can afford it, and they're like, well, why's he get a new truck? There's nothing wrong with my 87, it's still running. Because it's my money, I do whatever the crap I want with it, But see, these are all new houses. See, the other thing, these houses are all new. So 20 years ago, none of these houses were here. And that's good compared to an area where, 200 years ago, their ancestors were living here. And they feel like they own the whole place, like why does he get to build a house here? He wasn't here before. So it's better, like, if you're moving to a rural area, move an area like this, where everything's already built recently. Nobody was here 20 years ago except for cows. So nobody feels like they own the whole place, Everybody's a new arrival. Problem is, like, when I moved to Alabama, there'd be houses that are from the 1800s, and there's same people, same families living there. So when you move into a place like that, they feel like you're an outsider. But you're not. You bought your own house. If you bought it, it's yours. Well, you're not really from around here, are you? Well, I bought my house, so I'm from inside my house because I paid for it, I don't really have a lot of patience for small-minded people. After living in Alabama, man, I just got tired of dealing with people like that. Well, you're not from around here. Well, I'm like, well, I paid for my house and I live in it because it's mine now. I told my neighbors when I moved in, 4 cranes right there. I told my neighbors, I said, hey, if you don't want me to be in my house, you can pay me twice what I paid for it. I paid $65 for the house. So it would have been $130,000. And I actually did. They actually bought me out for twice what I paid for it. Interesting that I said it and they actually did it. But then I fixed a bunch of crap during the time I was there. But, I said, hey, man, if, I bought the house for this much money. When I saw my neighbors getting stupid, I was like, hey, man, I pay this much money for my house. If you don't want me to live here, all you gotta do is buy it off me for twice what I paid. If you don't like me living here, you can buy this house off of me. You don't want me here? Buy my house. So for me, it's like, I like living in the country, but after my Alabama experience, it's been difficult for me to even think about living in the country again because of the experiences that I had. And granted, not every place is gonna be the same, but it was still a pretty good freaking life lesson. And if you live in a place and your neighbors, if you're watching this video and your neighbors are giving you a hard time, hey, you don't want me to live here, buy it out. Pigeon racing loft. Are you kidding me? Oh, those are racing pigeons. That's pretty cool. Who lives there? That's a pigeon racing loft. Oh, I used to race pigeons. I don't know who lives there, but that's pretty cool. I love racing pigeons. There's a beautiful racing pigeon loft right there. I thought if I ever moved back to the country to get back into pigeon raising. That is a pigeon racing loft. Pretty cool. No idea who it is, though. I know the pigeons. I don't know if this is a dead end here or not. Yeah, I used to do pigeon racing. That was my first YouTube channel, was pigeon racing. But, all life lessons learned. I feel like in the future, when I move to a rural area, stick to yourself. Put up a fence, day one. Day one, put up a fence. That's like the number one thing. Like, if you ever move to a rural area, first thing you do is put up a fence. And don't fill your neighbors in too much about your life. The last, see what this guy did right here is a 6-foot fence all around his property. That's the first thing you do when you move to a rural area. Put up a fence. You don't need to see what I'm doing. You don't need to know when I leave my house, when I get out, none of that. I'm going to run back across that neighborhood because I like that pigeon. I miss pigeon racing on it. I miss pigeon racing. But coming from the city, like before I moved to the rural area, I come from the cities where you have to know everybody around you and all that, But it's all experience. Different places, you live in different neighborhoods. You got neighborhoods where you need to know everybody. That's where I came from, where you have to know all your neighbors. You have to be aware of your surroundings. And then there's neighborhoods where it doesn't matter. Like where I live now in the suburbs, hello, and that's it. Be friendly, but there's boundaries, basically, that you have to understand with people. Boundaries are great, man. And if somebody's moving too quick, you tell them. Like, when I lived in Lehigh, we had one neighbor that moved in. He was, like, way too friendly. Day one, hey, what's up, man? You're Cuban. Oh, I'm Cuban, too, man. I was like, hey, yo. I said, look, man, you live over there, I live over here. If you wave at me, I'll wave at you, and then that's it. Nothing more than that. Yeah, that's definitely a pigeon racing loft, man. That's definitely a pigeon racing loft. I don't know who lives there, though. That's pretty cool, man. I love pigeon racing. Not sure whose loft it is, though. I miss pigeon racing. It's a very time-consuming hobby, though. Time and money. I don't really want the money. It's not just the time, it's the money, too. But this kid, he was way too friendly, and I was like, hey, yo, let me talk to you for a minute. You live over there, I live over here. If I wave at you, I told him, I'm not friendly. I'm not friendly. I told him, hey, you live over here, I live over there. I'm not a friendly person. I don't want to know who you are. I'm not friendly. That's what I told him. I said, I'm not a friendly person. You live over there, I live over here. I'm not friendly. You do your thing, I'll do mine. If you wave at me, I'll wave at you. But, when somebody moves in and they're overly friendly, trust me, he never talked to me, he never waved at me again, which wasn't my intention to be, I wasn't trying to be rude to him. But I had to put up a boundary. And sure enough, the guy was a world of trouble. He eventually got evicted for not paying the rent. What's this, a barbecue place? What do they got? Jamaican or something? What do they got? Barbecue. Food truck. Eventually he got evicted, man. And he was a lot of trouble. He was the type to play music at 2 in the morning loud. Just the guy was trouble, And I had to put a stop on him day one. I was like, hey bro, I'm not friendly. If you wave at me, I'll wave at you, and then in and out, that's it. There's no there used to be a time many years ago. I remember growing up in Kentucky, we had a neighbor next door, and they would let me swim in their pool. They would let me swim in they had a pool, we didn't, because, we had just come from Cuba, so we had nothing. And they had a pool. And the neighbor would let me swim in his pool. And his kids hated him for it, man. It was just like, when I first moved to Kentucky, like 1997, 1998, old white guy with a beard, But he had 2 daughters. And they were way older than me. And he would let me swim in his pool. The kids hated him for it, But he would make us peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which I had no idea what the crap peanut butter and jelly was. Turns out I'm allergic to peanut butter, but I didn't know that back then. He didn't get sick and didn't know why I got sick, But it was just a great time, where on the other side was this old lady, and she had this old 1980s Ford or Lincoln, you know, with the rag top in their carport. You know, those little Cape Cod houses they have in Louisville. You know, there was a time when you knew your neighbors and you talked to them and you got to know them, and, you know, they'd make you a sandwich or let you swim in their pool. But, man, we're living in a different world right now. People are addicted. People are we're living in a different world. I mean, it's not that you don't want to be friendly to people. It's that, so there's a piece of land right here in the middle. This is this triangle. There's a piece of agricultural land right here in the middle. It's just under 2 acres. I don't think they'll let you put a gas station there, but they might let you put a feed store. It has to be agricultural. But eventually this is going to be a roundabout right here. Not yet, but it's going to be eventually a roundabout. There was a time when you got to know your neighbors and got to know people. Those days are gone. You know, I am a social person. It's not that I'm not a friendly person. I like talking to people. I like meeting people. But, man, people are so crooked these days. Envolviente. They try to envuelven. In English, that would be like, in Spanish, you say te envuelven. They entrap you, you know? They put you in, they compromise you. And it's not that I'm not a friendly person by nature. By nature, I'm a very friendly person. But these days, it's hard. You know? So much craziness out there that you have to put up boundaries for people. Like, now where I live, I've been there for about a year. My neighbors know me, I know them. It happens in a natural natural transition, you know. You get to know people in a natural transition. It takes time. Now I know some of my neighbors. I don't go hang out at their houses, but they know me. I know them. I have a few phone numbers from some of my neighbors, but it's been through a natural transition. It hasn't been forced. It hasn't been, you know, it just happens. One day their dog will go stray and they'll come over, you know, or one day your horse will break a fence and go to their yard. But don't force things with your neighbors. The less they know about you, the better. One day there's a hurricane, it might require you to, you know, interact with people. And again, it's not that I'm antisocial, bro. It's not that I'm antisocial. It's just that from life experiences, you get this maturity of, this is good advice for young people. You know, if you're in your 20s, you know, and you're just getting out there, put up boundaries. You know, if you move into an apartment or something, or a house, and your neighbor's all over, hey, welcome over, we made you cookies. But hey, I'm allergic to cookies, man. And you're not being a jerk, you're just setting boundaries. You never want to know your neighbors too much. You got your life and you got your problems, and they got their life and their problems. And today, there's a lot of problems out there. Divorces. Where do you even start with the problems that are out there today? Addiction, divorces, anger, politics. There's so much horrible crap out there today you don't want part of, man. That the best thing you could do is possibly not to know people and not, you know, keep to yourself. And I'm an internet celebrity, so I have to put a lot about myself out there. But I've learned, like when I first started YouTubing, I would do live streams out of my front yard and walk out on the street, and I didn't care if people knew where I was, but I had to move out of there because it wasn't working. You know, you figured out, oh, that doesn't work. And it's all a learning curve, really. It's all a learning curve. All right, guys. So we usually stop videos about an hour. I was thinking about taking you guys to another estates that are out here, but I think an hour-long video is sufficient. Just want to spend some time with you guys. I wanted to get out to South Sarasota today, but I just wasn't feeling up for it. So I figured let me just keep it here in the Lakewood Ranch area. aka Kentucky. So we'll stop it at an hour, and you know, I'll have to keep giving you guys good content. So you gotta be patient with me, guys. Check it out.